Hi everybody, it's Wednesday. I saw a video the other day posted by Alexandria, who is one of the hosts of FemTube, and if you haven't participated in FemTube yet, you should. So Alexandria made this post about the new FemTube website, and she also included a video in which she talked about hashtag YouTube girls. So the project is simply to just make a video about your YouTube process for the anniversary of FemTube, which is August 1st, which you should all participate in. I know I'm going to be, especially since I'm making this video. So as I said, today I'm going to be talking about my YouTube process, which starts with thinking of an idea. Sometimes the ideas just come to me when I'm, sitting in the car just thinking. Sometimes an event happens, like when HydraCap happened, and then immediately I made the Say No to HydraCap video. Or sometimes Sarah and I think of themes. Once I have an idea, I usually bring it to the table with Sarah, usually through texting, or we have set up a specific time to talk to each other on FaceTime since we don't live together anymore. We talk for just a little bit, usually about who's gonna go that week, what we're gonna talk about, and maybe who's gonna go next week. Once we've talked about who's gonna go when and what we're gonna talk about, I start on a script, usually in Google Docs. Google Docs allows us to edit each other's pieces, look at what's going on in real time. I always write an intro and outro in brackets to remind me to do my hi everybody, it's Wednesday, and then the comment, like, subscribe thing at the end of every video. Now, with this system, there are some bumps in the road that are mostly based on my own insecurities. Having documents that are live for anybody that has access to them to be able to see them doesn't necessarily make me anxious to begin with, but I tend to take it personally anyway, and I have to move past that and just remind myself that Sarah is there to help me. I read through the script multiple times, usually aloud, so that I can pick up things that I don't see. I pick a day, a time, and a location to film. The day is usually chosen the night before, and it's usually within a couple of days before when the video has to go up. As for when I film, time is usually around noon. It's when the sun is the brightest. However, I do live in Florida, and the sun can at any time be completely clear and there 1 minute and hidden behind clouds the next. The location for each shoot is usually chosen as I'm about to film. Sometimes I come up with an idea beforehand and I'm like, cool, I gotta get this going, let's do it. Most of the time though, I'm like, where is the best light in the house? Then once I have all of those elements figured out, I film. I don't usually use my phone. I like having a nicer camera. There's nothing wrong with using your phone to film YouTube videos at all, and I have done it before. I just prefer to use my T3i. I have a Trackstar mic that Sarah gave to me when she got a new mic. Once I'm done filming, I transfer all of the footage and start editing. I always use my personal Mac. It is my baby because I am not only a YouTuber but also an author. That actually causes some problems. Recently my computer's been filling up. I don't have a lot of internal storage on my computer because it's a newer version of the Mac. Video footage takes up a lot of space on computers, and the last time that I tried to edit, my computer almost completely filled up. Anything that I could that I wasn't using, I got off my computer. I do use Final Cut Pro. I used to use iMovie, and then I got Final Cut Pro. I prefer Final Cut Pro. You can totally use iMovie. We did it when we started, at least I did, but iMac is kind of simple in its design, and Final Cut Pro does a lot more than iMovie will. We always use the YouTube audio library and or royalty-free music for our videos. Whenever we have media, I usually pull images from Google, except for art. I'll Google something to look for art, and I will go to the artist's page, Tumblr, DeviantArt, whatever, wherever it's posted. If a piece of art doesn't have any credit, I'm not going to use it because I do not want it to even look like I am stealing from an artist. If I do use a piece of art and I have the credit for it, I put it in the description, so make sure to look there. Obviously for PNS Watch videos, I have to download movies. We collaborate more often on the PNS Watch series than on our own individual videos because we're both in the PNS Watch videos and also any video that we do together, which means that if I edit a video, I'll put in things that I think are funny, and sometimes the video will be a little bit too long, and then Sarah will watch the video and give feedback on what she thinks doesn't need to be in it, and sometimes we don't agree. Sometimes we just have to get over it and we have to pick the funnier bits that we both agree on over things that one of us likes but the other doesn't. PNS Watch series usually take the longest to edit because there's so much media going into it. Everything has to be almost perfect. Generally, we try to keep normal videos under 6 minutes. PNS Watch videos can get up to 15-ish minutes, but even that's a little extreme. I think our longest video is our Star Wars reaction video, which is almost 20 minutes. But what that really means is that a lot of footage gets cut from regular videos and PNS Watch videos. Like I said before, sometimes we collaborate on each other's videos, but more often we collaborate on the PNS Watch series. Since we no longer live together, this kind of consists of trial and error uploading. I'll upload a PNS Watch video to YouTube and keep it private. Sarah will watch it all the way through, write down notes, and then send me the notes for me to go through. We have had some challenges with this kind of system, mostly based on, I think, insecurities. Specifically on my end, my insecurity of being told that I'm not enough. I work through it every single time we get through giving advice to each other. Once the video is being uploaded to YouTube, I create a thumbnail. Sometimes when I'm going through editing the footage, I'll pick out funny little screen caps of me making crazy faces or using my hands a lot because I know I talk with my hands. I use Photoshop to create the thumbnail with lots of fonts, lots of fun colors. I used to use Preview and other online photo editors, but they're just not as efficient as Photoshop tends to be. Once everything is on YouTube, I go in and before I hit the publish button, I write the description, which is usually just a couple of lines about what's going on in the video, and then I actually learned a few things about writing descriptions and tagging from Sarah Snitch a couple weeks ago. This includes adding links to previous videos in the description of every video. Tag absolutely everything. In order for Google and YouTube to bring up your video first when somebody searches it, you have to have very specific tags. I credit music, which I have always done even before I watched Sarah Snitch's video. We also link to all of our social media platforms. I also add lots of cards now. You can have up to 5 cards, and now you can have polls in your cards. You should have at least 3 cards on your video, one at the beginning of the video, one in the middle, and one at the end. And at any time, if you don't have something relevant to link to in the video, then link to an old video. The last thing I do before publishing the video is to share it to Google Plus and Twitter and to put it in different playlists. Then of course, once it is published, I immediately share it to social media. A couple days after I post the video, I'll go in and add captions. I've been doing this through YouTube, and I usually go in, edit the captions that YouTube has already automatically put on the video, and then publish them. If you put captions on a video, nobody will see them until you hit the publish button, and YouTube saves them automatically, so you will be able to take your time editing captions because it does take a lot of time. The other way to add captions that I've used is also through YouTube. You basically do the same thing, but you go in and individually add each caption yourself and place them on the timeline wherever you want them. It does make it very easy that I write scripts in Google Docs because then I could just go back and copy and paste and be done with it basically. I feel very proud of our channel when I see the closed caption button next to each video because it means that our videos are accessible to people that are hard of hearing. It's accessible to people that otherwise wouldn't be able to watch the videos, and that means a lot to me and Sarah. Final notes. YouTube is hard and it's a lot of work, but it is fun, and at the end of the day, it's more than worth it. It's a community that I have never been a part of before, and it's a community that I am very grateful to be a part of. Sharing a channel is easier than I think having a channel of your own and working on a very tight schedule. Sarah and I were originally talking about doing our own channels when we were roommates at the time, and so when we brought it up to each other, we just decided to share the channel. And now that we don't live together, we're still sharing the channel because it is just easier, honestly. I'm really glad that there is somebody else to take this burden on with me. Any downsides really stem from my own insecurities, my own innate stubbornness, and the want to be independent, but I chose to be a part of a joint YouTube channel, and I remind myself of that constantly. I have no regrets starting a joint YouTube channel with my best friend. Thank you so much for watching this video, and happy FemTube, everybody! If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up as usual. In the comments below, let me know what your process for video making or writing or whatever it is that you do that's creative. Tell me what your process is. If you're not already subscribed to The Princess and the Scrivener, please do so down below. One of us will see you next week.